Hello traders, Joseph here again. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another edition of my weekly video. If this is the first time that you're watching the video, I want to welcome you and thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you like what you see by the end of this video. And if you do, then please feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, share, or anything that helps really. So the first thing I want to do is I want to apologize for not being able to put out a video in the last couple of weeks. That hasn't been good on my side. And obviously, if you guys know me, consistency is one of the things I try to aim for in regards to trading. So I'm really sorry for not being able to put out a video in the last couple of weeks. But today anyway, I've got a few trading opportunities that I want to show you guys, and I also want to show you guys the results of my signal service. And this month hasn't been an exceptional month. It wasn't a losing month. It just hasn't been exceptional. It's just an okay month, just a little bit above break even, to be honest with you guys, but you'll see anyway. So anyway, let's head over to the charts, and I've got a few trading opportunities I want to go through with you guys. So the first one is on the pound against the yen, and I've kind of got my chart on the daily time frame. So the first thing I'm gonna do, like I always do, is trying to establish what the current trend in the market is, because that helps me plan my trade. So if you're looking back from this section, all we can see that the market has been making is higher lows. So I'm gonna go ahead and just point out the areas where the market has been making higher lows. And if you know, higher lows is this is a characteristic of a bullish market. So we can see all the way through the market has been making higher lows up until this point. We had the market come down and broke the previous low. So, and this is the first sign. When you see this in the market, it's the first time that you should wait and see what the market is going to do next, because the market is breaking a structure here. So the market broke that previous structure, and now it's heading back down. So the market came in, put in a bearish structure, and then we had a little retracement. We have a new structure low, a retracement. We didn't quite get back to the previous structure, and then the market came in, broke that previous structure, forming new structure low again. So now at this point, we know that the market is bearish. But currently, if you look at what the market has done, after breaking this previous structure low, the market has kind of come into a little bit of consolidation with a sideways movement. And obviously, if I drop this down to the 4-hour chart, we're going to see it a lot clearer. So let me just. So I've got this on the 4-hour chart, so we can see that the consolidation starts to make sense, because we can see that the market has been moving sideways. And as an advanced pattern trader, this is what you try to. I mean, this is holy grail for advanced patterns, because whenever the market is in consolidation, you see a lot of patterns develop. That's the time for you to take advantage of that. I mean, unfortunately for us, advanced pattern, it hasn't been like that. For most of the currency pairs, we haven't really seen this sort of sideways consolidation. I mean, there's been a lot of consolidations recently, but most of it is just more like complex structures, like the rising wedge, the falling wedge, all those patterns that is really difficult if you're trying to combine that with your advanced pattern. So it hasn't been that good. I mean, but when I see this, this is the kind of things that that I try not to miss. And I'm going to show you guys a few trading opportunities I'm setting up on this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out the highest point to the lowest, just to try to show you like the sort of the channel that the market has come into. So right now, this is where we need to find our trading opportunity between these channels. I mean, preferably towards the top end of the channel or the bottom end of a channel. That's what we should be looking to buy or sell. So at this moment in time, there's currently a trade that it's going on, and it's a bearish bad pattern. Unfortunately, I did not take this trade simply because it's out of my pip range. So if we look at this, let me bring in my XLEC. We got a 50% retracement. The market coming into and completing the bad pattern right there. So we can see that the markets have already started to reverse. But obviously, if I had taken this trade, I would have put a stop loss of about more than 150 pips, which is definitely out of my pip range. So I did not take this trade. But if I drop this down further, I mean, actually, before I show that, I just want to show you guys another sign. You know, if I bring in my RSI, we can see that the market is already showing weakness. I mean, we've seen a bearish divergence here on the RSI because the market formed a higher high, but it's not reflected on the RSI. So we see a bearish divergence. This is usually a good combination. You see a bearish divergence, you see an advanced pattern completed more towards the top end of a channel. It's a very good combination. So if I drop this down to maybe 1 hour chart, I think I do have this, actually 30 minutes chart, there is a potential trade that's forming up. So yeah, if I drop this down to the 30-minute chart, so this is where I'm going to be looking as we head into this week. I'm going to be focusing on this potential cipher pattern. Yeah, X to A leg. Oops, I don't go. X to A leg, A to B leg, and then I can bring down my entry point. It's going to be somewhere around about there, about 162 evens. So that's going to be the area I'm going to be looking for this market to come into, and that's where I'm going to be looking to short the market. And obviously, if you're short in this market, your stop loss needs to go well above this this X leg. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be keeping an eye on as we head into the next week of trading. So yeah, so then flipping over to the next currency pair that I want to talk about is the euro against the yen. Okay, so the euro against the yen, we do have, I think I've been waiting for a trade on this one for throughout last week. I think I put out a pending order on this one, but I'm still waiting for it to be completed. It's actually a bullish Gartley pattern. So let me draw this, let me show you guys the Gartley pattern. It's a bullish Gartley pattern, so I'm going to use my green color. I don't want this getting in the way. So this X to A leg, A to B, oops, A to B leg. I'm actually making this video just a few minutes before the Champions League final, so I'm kind of trying to rush and sort of go and watch the finals. I hope you guys are excited to watch the finals as well. Obviously, by the time I put out this video, you know, it would have been over, so we'll see what happens. So anyway, bringing is a Gartley pattern. So the Gartley is going to complete somewhere around 122.06. I think I've got my pending order somewhere there. So as you can see, the market hasn't quite, you know, got there. It's just, you know, came in, you know, a little bit of sideways movement right here. So I mean, if you can get there, then that will be a very good opportunity, because if I flip over this over to the I think 4-hour chart, we can see that the market has formed, you know, has come into a little bit of support. So we can see this support line. You know, the market has tested us 1, 2, 3 times. Here we didn't quite get there, but you know, this could potentially be a very good opportunity. I mean, we are bearish on the higher time frame, but the fact that we've got this support area very you know, there's a strong support on the 4-hour chart on the higher time frame. So it's something I'm going to be keeping an eye on as well. So moving on to the next one, but this isn't really a good trading opportunity on that one. It's just something that I pointed out, you know, trying to show you guys a way that you can kind of stay ahead of the market. So I'm looking at the euro pound on the daily chart. So now we can, you know, I mean, the next point that this market is likely, you know, to terminate or likely to head towards is this previous structure. And then we heard the market broke above this previous structure resistance. So now this resistance is going to become support. So as an advanced pattern trader, it's a way that you kind of try and stay ahead of the markets, but try and predict where the market is going to go next. So this is what I do. I mean, if I bring in my Fibonacci retracement, so straight away I can see 127 extension, 50% retracement. I know I've got a potential cipher pattern. So if I get this cipher pattern, this is another way that we can potentially head down. I mean, the market can reverse at this point at the 127 extension, and if it does that, I'll be waiting for this cipher pattern to complete, and then I'll get short. Obviously, with the aim that the market is going to head back down into this previous structure. This is just a way that you can just sort of, I mean, right now there's no trade on it. Like, there's basically no trade. I'm not even going to be looking at this. until I get that pop back from this retracement, from this 127 extension. Then I will, you know, set my eyes on the cipher pattern. So moving on to the next one, the last one is the Aussie CAD. I think I did point out this trading opportunity a few weeks back in one of the videos that I did. It's a bullish bad pattern that is going to complete, hasn't yet complete. This is going to be a very, and it's a huge trade. I think we just less than 100 pips from the completed from our entry point. So where's my, oh, it's right down here, looking for that red triangle. So here we are, and obviously I'll be keeping my eye on the RSI. If the market, you know, can show me oversold conditions, or you guys, I want to take that. I don't think this is definitely out of my pip range, but obviously showing you guys in case you want to keep on take advantage of it. And obviously you're gonna have to keep your eye on the RSI as well to try and look for some bullish divergence, or, you know, oversold conditions. But yeah, this is it. I mean, the bad pattern will come from 92.67, so you can see we're less than 100 pip away from there, so we could potentially get there this week. But yeah, we just have to wait and see. So I think this is it. So the next thing I'm gonna do is show you guys the results of I think this week, like this month there hasn't been so much activity because we've taken a lot, you know, fewer trades that, you know, we would have liked. And I think this week we've only taken a couple trades. The other one is still open. So this is the first trade that we took, the Aussie dollar against the New Zealand, the Australian dollar, Aussie dollar against the US dollar, excuse me. So yeah, this is, we had a bearish Gartley pattern here that ended up hitting up first and the second target. So if I go over to the chart, let me bring on the, yeah, so this is it. This is a trade that I posted out before the market, you know, completed around 72.38. We sold it. It was virtually a pain-free trade, which is one of the things that we haven't really had a lot of recently. So the market came in, check us in our order, and rolled over, gave us target 1 and target 2 for a total of pips of about, I think, 49 pips or something like that. Yeah, the other trade is the New Zealand dollar. We had a cipher pattern, but we're still waiting for that one. We have to wait and see. So anyway, looking back on the okay, let me start off from this. Yeah, so this is the month of May. So as you guys can see, I mean, this week one trade, last week a couple trades, and we used the start of the month we had a few trades. We've taken quite a few trades, but then it sort of, like, you know, the last couple of weeks there hasn't been much activity. But as you can see, it's a steady month. I mean, the first week we had, you know, we gave up, you know, lost 18 pips, and we had a break-even week, 0 pips. And the last week we made 19 pips, and this week with 47 pips. So it's been steady. It hasn't been any, it's not like an explosive amount or anything to get excited about. But this is it, guys. This is what a lot of things, you know, a lot of traders don't get. I mean, if you're gonna trade for a long time, if you want to be a professional trader, you don't really expect to come into the market, or you don't expect to come in, you know, every month you're making, you know, 5, 10, 6, you know, 12% every month. It doesn't work like that. I mean, I can tell you that, you know, if you're gonna trade, let's say you're gonna trade for a whole year, probably out of 12 months you're only gonna have 2 or 3 months where you're gonna make like huge returns. The rest of the month it's just gonna be like this. I mean, right now, how many months have we've been trading for 4 months right now, and you can see the first February month, it's not really, you know, it's not a lot, 3.2%, and then we had our best month in March, we made 9.6%, and then that's when we hit our drawdown the following month, gave up 7%, and then this month this month of May, we, you know, just about 1%. So as you can see, 4 months, you know, we had one losing month. Yeah, so it's all about trying to be consistent. Like, you know this kind of months, you know, they're not really great, but the kind of months that, you know, that's gonna test your patience as a trader, your discipline as a trader. Because what usually happens is when you have like when you come out of when you're going through a losing streaks, That's what happened with a lot of traders. They try to like sort of get it back as soon as possible. I mean, after this month of April, I mean, I was like, I mean, it's been really bad. I mean, I was hoping, oh yeah, this month, the next month, or I'm gonna come in, you know, we're gonna try and make as much as we can, try and, you know, get it all back. But it doesn't work like that. As you can see, it's been slow and steady. So if I bring in my equity graph, you can see we are starting to see a gradual rise. You know, after our huge drawdown of about 10%, we're starting to see, but it's not, you know, it's very slow. But yeah, so we just have to keep following the plan, keep sticking to the plan, and that's the only thing you can do. That's the only thing you can do. So we'll see what the next month is gonna bring for us. The month of June, we're approaching towards the midway point of the year, so we'll see what happens. Like I said, you know, if you like what you see, you know, just leave a comment, subscribe, share it, or anything that helps really. And thank you guys for your support as well, because I think I've had one of my my Signals subscriber sent me an email asking me, you know, telling me, you know, asking me why I didn't put out a video, and that the video has been, you know, it's really helpful. So yeah, I appreciate, you know, comments like that, you know, and I'm really sorry for not being able to do that consistently. But I hope you know, I will be consistent from now on. And so thank you very much, and I hope you have a good trading week, a good trading month. I'm off to see the Champions League final right now. You know, let's see who's gonna win. I'm going for Madrid, but I do have a sneaky feeling that Atletico Madrid might just do it. But yeah, let's see. Anyway, see you guys. Good luck and good trading. Until next time. Bye.